Flooding the market, a break from the garbage. An artist, sensitive about mind pardon. No margin for error, flawless be rarer. The black cat goddess, you walking with a panther. Painting these pictures with words like Samantha MacGyver. Alchemy on the track, make it lava. And I won't stop rocking till I retire. Singular or plural, she break numero uno. Colder than you.
Hey, it's your girl, Madam Money, aka Trap, and welcome to the official Sort in the Game album review of Rome Streetz and Uncle John's Genesis 127. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and let's get it. Now, Rome Streetz has been put out like fire project this year with DJ Muggs, Definite Magician. We've heard him on a couple of other tracks and features floating around. Uncle John, he had a strong 2020, dropping The Face of Jason and Mandromeda and stuff like that. I really do appreciate Uncle John. He pops his head out when he wants. He dropped a other couple of projects last year too that I have to like revisit and stuff like that. I think one was As Above, So Below. I think something like that came out to him. Maybe one other project in there, if memory serves me correct. But I'm not gonna hold you. I'm familiar with both of these artists. I was really nervous to see how their styles was gonna match up on this project. For real though. Because, you know, Uncle John, he has his own ways about him. And we know, you know, Rome, he has his own style about him too. So I was really, really nervous to see what they were going to be able to do here. And I'm going to tell you, the first track on here, I was like, oh boy. Now, it starts off with Uncle John. And, you know, he's staying in his lane on here. It's called Stovetop Serenade. And he's playing into his lane, and he's doing his thing on there. And when we first hear Rome Streetz on the album, he's playing into Uncle John's lane. So he's giving us shorter bars, and he's giving us these things on here. And I was like, I don't know how this is really going to fare because their styles are just so different. So the next track that came on here, well, I will say that Rome Streetz said on here, today's math is the cash, and that would never change. But the next track on here, Kings, and this is more Rome Streetz style. You feel me? This is the elongated bars and giving you like a lot of bars in, you know, a short amount of time. Like he manages to take 32 bars and put it into 16 bars worth of time and not giving you a fast flow. He really, really talks to you when he's spitting to you, and this is effortlessly his lane. Now, like Uncle John on this track, this is where it shows it was like just a little teeter-tottering off for me because their styles are so dissimilar that when Uncle John on this particular track tried to play into like Rome's lane, it didn't really go over too well in my personal opinion. But then when I got to the next track on here, Splash Like Basquiat, they're going like back and forth on here, right? And this is where I'm like, you know what? This is going to work out just fine as we go along because they have these back and forth exchanges. And if you notice on this track, the back and forth exchanges, they get like, they vary in size. So it's like, you know, Uncle John, he has a shorter bars and stuff like that. So it starts off with the shorter bars, back and forth, shorter bars, and they get a little longer, and they get a little longer, and they get a little longer, that by the end of the track, they're really, really balanced out and equaled out really, really well. And it's crazy because I kind of wish this like opened the album out. This track in particular, I really did wish opened the whole album up because Rome is doing his thing on here, Uncle John is doing his thing on here, and I can see how this project works. But this track is really, really hard to me. I kind of wish this was the first thing on there because I want to have these trepidatious type vibes coming across here. Next track on here, By My Side, and this is a soul sample. This is really, really nice. And they're both spitting about they're like the love in their life. It's like a girl track, but they both shine equally on this track as well. And this is what I'm saying. Like once you get into what's going on here, everything really, really mellows out and crosses out the right way. And like I said, I was real reserved seeing this. I was like, how are they going to do this? But they managed like to pull this shit off, in my opinion. Really, really dope. So they talk about the love in their life. Really, really just nice track on here, right? Next track on here, Virus Life. And I just want to say, like, Rome bars are so crazy. Like, they will hit you over the head at any given moment. And Uncle John's style on here, you know, he said some crazy shit in this verse. Like, this, I don't want to repeat it. I'm going to fuck it up too bad. But he said some crazy shit in his verse on here. I'm like, God damn, he just hit me over the head, too. So, I see where their elements come into play and how they play off of each other, even though their styles are so far apart from each other. I do want to add that Uncle John sucks his teeth a lot in his bars and in his tracks and stuff like that. And that's just like, I'll be looking forward to him sucking his teeth, because you could genuinely see that he's mad about whatever the fuck he's talking about so much. So he like, who does that? I appreciate that type of shit. Next track on here, Trap Yoga. And Uncle John, he starts this off. And this is a dope beat with a beat switch in here. And even in the beat switch, Rome Streetz is giving you those a shorter bar work. So still playing real smooth into here. But this is a part on here I was like, that is one of the things that they need to do to kind of balance their styles out, because once you use a beat switch and the beat is hard and the shit comes out hard, everybody's able to do what they do best on the same track without somebody trying to cross over into the other's lane. This project really turned out to be really hard as I went along on here. Next track on here, Whole Elephant. And again, they just whole elephant, like Uncle John said, he gotta shoot a whole elephant or whatever have you. Blends like just really well together on here. The next track on here is His Image, and this is a crazy beat, and this is what plays into the title, Genesis chapter 1 verse 27. We were made in all His image, so on and so forth. 100 to 1 is another track like that. Last track on here is Gold Slugs, and again, like, I kind of thought it was like Uncle John's track, because I wasn't looking. I didn't know this was going to be the last track on here. I kind of thought this was Uncle John's track, because he had a real long, like, a song lift part in the beginning of this, and then here we go again with this beat switch. And then Rome Streetz come on, and this shit is fucking fire. So they kind of found this formula on here, even though you only get like maybe 2 beat switches on here, but they found a formula that works where it's not them having to do the same thing over and over again on every track. I really did appreciate this project a lot. I was like, just nice to see, two people where you think it wouldn't work out well, or, me, I didn't think it was gonna go over well. By the end of this project, I was like, you know what, this shit is hard and this shit is hot. So let me know how you feel about it. Who has the best bars on here, you feel me? What's the best beat? Let me know how you feel about the two of them style-wise on this project as well. But I'm about to get out of here. I'm Meta Money. You can follow me on Twitter and IG at Meta Money Says. That's MADAMMONEYSAYS. And as always, I'll be seeing you guys around. Peace. Nigga killed me with that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Steady aim at the target. I'm flooding the market, a break from the garbage. An artist, sensitive about mind pardon. No margin for error, flawless be rarer. The black cat goddess, you walking with a panther. Painting these pictures with words like Samantha, MacGyver. Alchemy on the track, make it lava. And I won't stop rocking till I retire. Singular or plural, she break numero uno. Colder than you know.